and welcome back to the Beer Ladies podcast. I am today's host, Katie, and in this episode we are talking about all things green and Irish. It's our St. Patrick's Day special. Yay! Woohoo! So today I am joined by Sarah, Carolyn, and Joanne. Say hi.
Hi.
How are you all?
Great.
Not too bad.
Hanging in there.
Yeah. And we'll start with, what are you drinking? Let's start with Sarah. Go first.
Yeah, I'll go first. I have the Trouble Brewing Dark Arts Porter. Oh, can you see that? It's a fantastic standby that is not Guinness in the craft beer world. I think most of us across the board in our group really loves this one. It's a fantastic porter. Can't go wrong, really. It's better on draft though, but I miss pubs and we'll talk about that later.
And Joanne?
I have the O'Hara's, the Nitro Stout. There's been a lot of hype about that this week. It poured pretty well. Now, the head has gone down a little bit, but I poured it about 10 minutes ago, so it tastes good though. I like it. It's nice. O'Hara's would always, their basic stout, their lamb for lamb would always be a kind of stout that I would go for if it's on draft. Back in when we could go to pubs.
And Carolyn?
I have Eureka Heights Tipsy Clover Kiss Me I'm Irish Stout. It's from America. It's from Houston, Texas. So, yeah, it's cute. The guy at the store said it was great, so I figured I'd try it.
And I love the picture.
That's kind of why I was like, oh, it's cute.
There's a little shamrock, smiling, happy shamrock with a hat on.
That is really cute.
It's lovely. And I am drinking some Dead Center Brewing Seeking Sunshine. Because I am seeking sunshine.
Aren't we all?
Oh, like the sun is out, but it's so cold out still.
It is Ireland.
That I definitely need something to brighten up my days. And I forgot to say lots of stuff. So I'm going to say it now, okay? So we are on YouTube for people who want to watch us. And wherever you get your podcasts. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and give us a rating, or please share this podcast with a friend. There. Obligatory intro over.
I
Let's
always
start drinking. What?
I always forget that bit when I'm drinking, so.
Yeah.
Even when I have it written down.
So this will be airing the Friday before St. Patrick's Day. And for the second year in a row, there is no St. Patrick's Day in Ireland. This is unheard of.
I know. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. The pubs, wet pubs, have not been open since before St. Patrick's Day last year. I remember the last time I was in a pub.
Same here.
It's really depressing.
And I didn't even get to spend St. Patrick's Day properly in Ireland either, because I came after in 2019. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 2019. Yeah, I came after. It's like, dang it.
I don't know. Like I've done St. Patrick's Day in Dublin once. Well, I've been here for many St. Patrick's Days, but like going to the parade once was enough.
Yeah.
Well, right.
Sorry, but
I wanted to do it once.
Yeah,
but I just wanted to do it once. It was one of those things that I was like, all right, I'm here. I got to check this off.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that you have to do once.
Yeah, exactly. It is okay, I'm going to do it. It's kind of like if you have the option, I don't know what to equate it to, but like Times Square, watching the ball drop at midnight for New Year's Eve. I hear horror stories, but if you just do it once, maybe like, okay, done, never do it again kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a really bad time of the year in Ireland, right? March. It's not going to be warm. The streets are packed.
Oh my God,
so you have to get there really early to get a good spot, which means you're standing in the freezing cold for hours.
Yeah.
So
and Well, it is like family friendly, but also what I don't it's gonna happen. People are drinking to excess, and then you get really rowdy people, and eventually there's gonna be some fights. And I just don't really, as the night drags on, you're kind of like,
Which is why, like, we always go. I live from Lucan, so we go to the Lucan parade, and it's much smaller and it's much more family friendly, and all the kids get to see it. I think bringing the children to it is like a really Irish thing to do, to bring your kids to the St. Patrick's Day parade. And they get lollipops and things. So I think the regional parades are better for.
We
And
never went to the big parade in Dublin growing up. My dad always brought us to the one in Tala. That was always. And I only started going to the one in town when I was like 18, 19 maybe. Maybe I did 4 or 5 years of that. And even then, we never, like, we went to the parade, stood there for 10 minutes, and went to find a good spot in the pub before the parade let out. So that was it really.
Yeah, I was talking about this before because I was trying to remember when the last time I did anything St. Patrick's-y. I was talking about this with my husband, and he was like, you should talk about how the county parades, the smaller regional ones, are a lot nicer.
Yeah.
I think they are much more family friendly, and just it's not as much of a ruckus, I think. I don't know. But on that note, I did Google to see what is going to happen this year, because last year the parade, the festival, it was like when we shut down everything, it was right before the festival, and there wasn't any time for them to do anything. I actually don't even know what they did in the end. But this year they have like a 6-day festival. Well, it's always like a week-long festival, but they're streaming all the over 100 events for free on their website, and you can watch it anywhere in the world. And I was looking, there's going to be something from Foil, Arms and Hog. Is that it? The comedy trio? And I'm going to watch that one. But they have some really interesting stuff I think people might be interested in. Like, Katie, you were saying that people could film a bit.
Yeah, so they can film their own little parades, socially distanced, in their home or all over the world. So everybody in the world can film their own little parades, and then they'll all be posted online.
That's so cool.
I think that's so cute.
I do know Guinness is doing something. I don't remember what, but they're doing something for St. Patrick's Day. They're like partnering with Carhartt, I think, or something, and they're doing something on the day. I'd have to look it up.
It would be
I
US
just saw
Guinness,
it
or
scrolling. I just saw it scrolling through Facebook. I have no idea.
When did Carhartt get to be so?
I'm just telling you, like, when I was scrolling through Facebook, I was like, oh, that's interesting. I wonder what they're doing. And then you can like buy a special St. Patrick's Day package, or I don't know what they're doing. But I know Guinness is doing something, whether it's related with Carhartt or not. I could be wrong. But there was an advertisement for Guinness and Carhartt collaboration. So it might not have nothing to do with St. Patrick's Day.
Are there any events in your neck of the woods for St. Patrick's?
Oh, I'm sure there is. I don't know. I have 2 friends, and I was like, let's go out, do something. So we'll see. We'll see. It might be a little too crazy to do anything because, you know, Texas is open, and so, and now there's this whole mask, no mask debate. So masks aren't going to be mandatory. So we'll see. Anyways, that's the plan, is to go do something, because I just really want a pint of Guinness from a keg, even though I know it's not going to be as good, but it's the best I can get.
Yeah.
And I know a good pub that pours it right, and that's the key. So it will scratch my itch.
And well, I'm going to bring up something controversial now. So, Carolyn, if you were to abbreviate St. Patrick's Day in the US, what would you say?
I think we should bring this up. Paddy, Patty instead.
No!
And I learned, I know. Well, I learned over there that it's incorrect, which is great. But I also am reading that they think it's because Patricia or Patrick, the way we spell it, has T's in it, while in Ireland, Patrick, well, the Irish spelling of Patrick has a D. That's what I'm reading.
Did I pronounce that
So
right?
that's what I'm gonna go with.
Podrick or
There's a
porrick.
couple of pronunciations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what. So yes, it's incorrect. Are they ever gonna change it? Probably not. But I'm gonna say it right, and I'm gonna correct people.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
there
it's
is,
Paddy with
there
a
is a
DD.
website. Katie did remind me, paddynotpatty.com. It will correct you. Send it to all your friends and family who incorrectly say it
Yes.
and spell it every single time. It's not St. Patty's Day or St. Paddy's Day. It's just Paddy's Day or St. Patrick's Day
Yeah.
or St. Patrick's.
Yeah.
Oh well,
exactly.
I didn't know that tidbit. Good to know.
But if you really want to annoy someone, just call it Paddy's Day with 2 T's.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won't be your friend.
Yeah.
They
well,
are going
yeah.
to conveniently be at the toilet when it's there around.
So I'm gonna do my part and correct people.
You could get it. We should get a T-shirt printed.
Yes.
Paddy's.
I bet
Bet
you
that's
there's
a
one
thing.
on the
Patty.
internet somewhere.
I bet that's a
And-
thing.
Yeah.
And
I
I'm gonna
bet it
wear
is.
it. I'm gonna try to see if I can find it and get it before the 17th, so I can wear it on the 17th while I'm out and about and
Yeah.
see what people say. Who knows? I may find an Irish person out. They might be like, "Hey, this is great."
Oh my god. Speaking of this has just reminded me, running into like an Irish person or whatever. I guess just like the Irish diaspora or whatever. But last time I went home to Nashville to visit my family with Seamus, it was September 2019. And Roscommon were playing, I think it was a rematch, GAA something, don't know, don't honestly care that much. I just support him because I'm married to him. And he really wanted to go watch the rematch. So we found a place, or maybe, okay. So Roscommon were not playing because I remember this is part of the story, but it was the All Ireland final. He wanted to watch it, and we found the one Irish pub in Nashville. I'm blanking on the name right now. I'll remember it later. And we went because they had the GAA event in the middle of the day. So we went with my mom and a friend of mine to watch this match, and we walk in, and my mom is wearing the Roscommon jersey, even though that she got as a gift from my husband, even though Roscommon aren't playing, just because she's like, it's my only chance to wear it. I'm going to wear it. And we walk in, and someone across the bar goes, "Hup your Roscommon." Oh, something, I don't know, something about Roscommon. I shit you not. It was somebody from Seamus's village. And and Seamus was like, "Is that like Joe something something?" And I'm like, "Are you kidding me right now?
They're everywhere.
We're in like West Nashville in the only genuine Irish bar, and you just ran into somebody from your village of like 200 people? No way." But that happens. It's
That
crazy
happens.
how often it happens. Or you'll run
We-
into somebody and then they'll know somebody who knows somebody, and you're like, "We're connected. Do you know
Yeah.
so and so?"
We have one good Irish pub in Austin, but it's like smack dab in the middle of downtown, which it's annoying to park downtown, so I just avoid going down there. But I've been there a few times, and it's great. I'm trying to. I think it's called Fido's. If anybody's in Austin, check out Fido's. I recommend it.
Fuddo's is a chain, is it? I think I've seen a few Fuddo's.
Is it?
Yeah,
Maybe it's just a common Irish.
or maybe it's
name.
common.
Yeah.
It means long ago.
Oh,
Fuddo. Long ago, long ago.
good to know.
I used to, when I lived in London, we used to go to the Irish bar in Leicester Square, the O'Neills, because that was. I would drag my. Actually, I didn't have to drag my friends in. They came in, and we would just go there, drink terrible Guinness, and have the crack. That was basically. That was probably the last time I would have celebrated Paddy's Day properly. Was over there, I'd say.
Guinness is only good in Ireland. If you want a good,
And
Unless-
even
good
the
pint
pub.
There is one
in the pub.
there in. It was outside Providence Airport, just outside. There's this little craft bar, and we were waiting for a flight or something, and we got a flight of beers, and for the crack, Michael got a Guinness, and we both ended up getting a pint of the Guinness because it was so good. It was really, really good. I think I have told this story before on here.
That's totally fine.
I think even it depends on the pub. Like if you get it on the right day, at the right time, in the right atmosphere, it's like this pint is just like so
Amazing.
I don't know what it is. Like my background, I'm currently in Grogan's. I broke in to one of my favorite pubs I wish I could be in. I just love the Guinness there because like on a, let's say like a random Wednesday, if I have the day off, go into town for a bit of shopping, and then you go in for a toasty and a pint of Guinness, and there's just a couple old guys in the corner, and it's quiet. And it's like that smell, especially in the summer, you get like that beer smell.
Yeah.
I want to go to the pub.
We all want to go to the pub. And Carol, where are you, Carolyn?
Kehoe.
Kehoe.
Always put a D at the end. Sorry, guys. I've been doing it for like 2 years now. Always say it wrong. At least I know I'm saying it wrong.
Well, yeah, there is that.
Oh,
But yeah, I just like, I don't know, I just like this pub. It's a good pub. It's easy to get to, in and out. And I don't know. I've always found the most interesting people there. So
Yeah. They have that nice little, what's it called? The little nook when you first enter. That's kind of private. What is that called?
Snug?
yeah,
Snug. I love.
snug.
Yeah, I always love getting the snug, but it's always really hard to get.
yeah.
Yeah,
There was this,
I feel like snugs anywhere are hard to get their prime real estate in a
I know.
yeah.
in a pub. Everybody's like, I want that. You don't have to stalk people, but you know people are going to be there all day. So
Gosh, there's this little tiny pub around the corner from St. Patrick's Cathedral, and Seamus used to live down there, and I can't remember the name of it. I'd have to Google it, and I won't do that right now. But they have a teeny tiny snug when you first enter. And at Christmas time, they put a huge Christmas tree in that snug. And I remember getting a seat with him next to the, like shoved in next to the tree, like drinking our pints. And then there's two little old ladies right next to us. We're sharing it with them. And they have full pints of Guinness. And then they're pouring it into a small glass. And I'm like, just drink out of the pint. I thought it was just really funny that we're all crouched around this massive tree in the snug.
that's hilarious.
Yeah, because it's so unladylike to drink from a pint glass and all that
Pint is
crap.
Well,
cheaper.
for them it is, I guess.
Yeah.
My mom would do that.
Which is bullshit, really.
But I had one of my friends who I went to school with when she was in her teens. Well, I was like 18, 19. She thought drinking out of a pint was so unladylike. Unladylike. Anyway,
Give her a straw.
Then she went to college and figured out how much cheaper it was to drink from a pint. So that, turned that on its head.
Well, yeah, of course it's cheaper.
So how do you go about spotting another Irish person abroad?
I don't know. I have
Pale
not.
white skin.
Apart from
A
wearing
really
a
bad
common jersey.
sunburn.
Sunburn.
Okay, GAA jersey at another sporting
Yeah.
event. A really bad sunburn. I don't know.
Whatever is on offer in pennies, or whatever is being sold in pennies, they're going to be wearing that, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, Abercrombie and Fitch or Hollister.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's a good one.
Why is it so popular?
I don't know. Like I wore that 10 years ago. Like yeah.
Well, I never
So
wore it. 'cause
I don't
never
know
fit
why
into their
it's so
clothes.
popular. Well, I don't know why it's so popular, and I've always wondered, walking around, like, why is everybody wearing this? So there you go. There's another sign.
Because I worked with a guy, he was probably about 15 years younger than me, and we were on a business trip in the US, and he literally he spent like $500 in Abercrombie and Fitch, just buying like t-shirts with little, whatever they are, deers or mooses or...
I don't even
Why
know
did
what
you do
they're.
that?
I'm trying to think. They're like cracking jokes with other people. Like I don't want to say that they're loud, but they're like just cracking jokes with other people. That's probably a good. Like if you hear a big group of people laughing, there's probably a. What, y'all are always cracking jokes, bantering with each other. You know I'm right.
Yeah.
I think whenever I see Irish people on holiday, especially like say I run into them in Las Vegas or whatever, it's very go big or go home. Like, they're partying the whole time, which I don't blame them. I would too, but it's just like, you can kind of tell, I guess.
I suppose because of the cost it takes to get there, right? It's like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right because I'm spending a lot of money on my transatlantic flights.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Yeah. How else?
I think that's going to be all of us, though. We're all going to be go big or go home once we can start traveling.
It's going to be the roaring 20s, right?
Yeah.
Post-pandemic.
I'm gonna come travel with y'all, or you just come to the U.S. and I'll meet you somewhere. We could go party.
You can drive.
You're the DD.
No,
I'm not gonna be the DD. Don't volunteer me for that. Are you kidding me? Be the DD with you guys? Yeah, right.
You would be like, I hate all of you.
Carolyn, drink more. Why are you not drinking? Don't be the DD. That's a stupid idea. That's literally what's gonna. You're laughing because that's a conversation that's gonna happen.
He'd be like, I'm
gonna
turn this car
enough to try to get you to drink and we're driving.
No, that's why
it's terrible.
We have Uber and Lyft.
We do not condone drunk driving people.
Oh no,
driving.
Not at all.
Don't do that. That's stupid. Right?
Terrible idea.
But that's actually kind of reminds me, like, it was, I don't want to say acceptable, but you could get away with it like 10, 15, 20 years ago. Now, not anymore.
Not at all.
But it was kind of...
It was like, I remember my dad would have, he might have 8 pints. And then it kind of went as the levels, acceptable alcohol levels started dropping. He might have a shandy or something. But there'd be like 8 of us in the backseat of the car and people and no seatbelts and absolutely, it was different. Yeah. Completely different time.
Well, I know in this.
No, go on.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, rural Ireland has no public transport, so it's a big problem. Definitely in rural Ireland.
Yeah,
I think that's rural anywhere, though.
Yeah,
rural United States, but like also here in Texas, and I'm sure if like it's a big weekend like 4th of July, New Year's, they do this thing called no refusal weekend where like if you get pulled over, like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But they also have AAA as a towing company. AAA will tow you to your house. They say for free. I have never done it, but like they'll tow your car to your house for free, but that's like on big weekends like 4th of July and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Can you go to the pub, park your car outside, get hammered, ring the AA or AAA and say, can you tow me home now because I can't drive?
Probably. I mean, they might charge you a bit. Like but they only do it on like 4th of July and like New Year's Eve. Like that's the only time. I mean, I haven't tried it on other days, so maybe somebody has and it works. I don't know, but I think that's kind of cool that they do that because
I think there is a service. This just is outing myself. I watch a lot of K-dramas, but there is a service. At least I know at least in South Korea in my shows that I watch, but I probably in the US, I just don't know it, or other places where you can call to have someone drive your car, drive you home in your car, and then I don't know what happens to them after that. But I'm like, it is smart.
That is so smart. Why hasn't someone in Ireland thought of that? Or rural USA?
I don't know.
Because I don't like leaving my car places. I'm one of those people that I'm like, I don't want to leave my car here.
Yeah.
So
you really
I'd rather
have to
just
plan it in advance when you're drinking in the US.
Yeah. I'd rather just like take an Uber or a taxi and then take one home, even though Uber's expensive.
I do have to say, like, the last time, like, the only time I go to the US now is like visiting. So I use Uber then. But back in the heyday of like college or whatever, you really had to plan in advance because Uber didn't exist.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's kind of a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
I know
who's driving tonight?
Uber doesn't exist in Ireland, right? So, tourists coming here, hailing an Uber, it's a rip-off. It's a scam.
Yeah.
They're not allowed. And your money will go from your account, but no one will turn up to pick you up. It's been happening, apparently.
Taxis, all the way.
Back in the before day. Yeah, you just
Yeah.
use the taxi app.
We
It's
one
easy.
time related funny-ish story, but I can't remember where the party was. I think it might have been at my parents' house. We went to my parents' house, drove there, had a bit of a gathering, then went out drinking somewhere else. We got a taxi back to our apartment, and I remember I went down. I thought we had to go somewhere the next day, and I went down, and the car wasn't there because we'd forgotten we'd left it at my mum and dad's house. So we took the bus out. And,
I have a question. Does anybody know the history of St. Patrick's Day? Because I don't. I should,
here.
but
Well,
I
St.
don't.
Patrick isn't even Irish.
First off,
Wasn't he Greek?
No.
Welsh. Scottish or Welsh?
Scottish or Welsh, depending on.
Yeah,
We
who's
need
telling the
Christina
story?
and Lisa here to tell us.
Although,
I just
know.
Stacey, in fairness, we should know Reek, shouldn't we?
All I know is that he was kidnapped by Niall of the Nine hostages
Yeah.
Got
from a beach in Wales or
I think
Scotland,
it was Wales, yeah.
and he was brought and sold into slavery in Ireland, where he became a shepherd on Loch Mish, looking after sheep. Was it Loch Mish
I think so.
in Louth somewhere?
Yeah, I can't
Okay.
remember. This is terrible, actually, that I can't remember. Yeah.
We get a pass because we're dumb Americans.
Yeah.
You guys should know this.
But then what?
shame.
Then he escaped and he got home and he
Started having dreams. Woo!
started having dreams about the Irish.
And God was telling him to educate the heathens.
And then didn't he run off the stakes as the legend as well? Or am I making that up?
Well, he did apparently banish snakes.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you go,
like,
banished
so
snakes.
the legend, yeah.
But I don't think we ever had snakes, did
No,
we?
I don't
He
think
just
so.
took credit for it.
He
You know,
did
he's
take
just like,
credit
yeah,
for it.
I did that.
That's
They'll
why I
never
said
know.
the legend, not.
But like everything, like all the St. Bridget stuff and all that, everything that we learned in school was very Catholic orientated and all stuff that was passed down. So a lot of it was very historically inaccurate. I'm sure,
Inaccurate.
you know.
And really, St. Bridget being an amalgamation of other people, but actually being Irish, maybe she should be our patron saint rather than, or our Saints' Day, our national holiday, rather than Patrick.
But you see, he saved us from hell and all that kind of thing. Isn't that
Nothing to sneeze at.
Oh, I feel so honoured for being saved from hell.
Oh, and the Trinity, the shamrock, that's where the
Yeah.
shamrock comes from. He used the shamrock to explain the Holy Trinity. God, Father, Son,
Okay.
and Holy Spirit, yeah.
It was, yeah.
All
There
right,
we
well,
go.
we'll put more information in show notes.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll find. I'm just like, I'm scrolling through Wikipedia like St. Patrick. Yeah.
I was thinking to
Snakes.
myself, I don't need to
Y'all did
research
pretty
this.
good, though. That was
I
pretty
know
good.
this stuff.
That was pretty good.
I'm
No
so
shame,
glad I
you
remembered
know.
Niall and the Nine hostages. Niall of the Nine hostages. I don't know how he got his name.
No, I
St.
can't
Patrick?
remember. And I think we would have been told that, but again, I can't remember.
Not
And
the guy who kidnapped St. Patrick. Niall.
he was a pirate.
Who are shiver me timbers.
But the story always changed a bit as you went through primary school. I think different teachers would kind of tell it slightly differently as well. Like, depends on
Yeah,
what part of the country.
It
they were
says
from.
here, born in Roman Britain, he was kidnapped and brought to Ireland as a slave at 16. Then he escaped and returned to Ireland and was credited with bringing Christianity to its people. This is the History Channel.
Well,
so.
good job, St. Patrick.
Woohoo! And Carolyn, our local historian, reports from Kyo's Pub on South Ann Street.
On site.
So, Carolyn, next question. Are leprechauns real? And where is their pot of gold?
Yes, they are. They are real. And their pot of gold is, I think Fungie took it with him.
Poor. I'm
It's
sure
at the
there are
bottom
still
of the
people in
rainbow.
mourning.
Yeah.
dead now, or is he just missing
No,
in action?
I don't think I hope he's not dead. That was a
He
cool
hasn't-
joke.
He hasn't been sighted in months at this
Yeah.
stage. So
Maybe
for
he's
those
just social distancing for a while. Ha ha ha. Are we sick of those jokes yet? God.
For those who don't know, Fungie was a dolphin, or maybe a series of dolphins, who frequented Dingle in County Kerry and was a tourist attraction. He's been there for what, 30 years, I'd say?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
I don't
What's
even
the lifespan of a dolphin?
like I don't know.
I don't know. I doubt
Google
it's 30 years.
Google it. I think it's like 80 something. What?
You looking that up for us there, Carolyn?
Yeah, I'm kidding. What's the lifespan of a squirrel, chihuahua, and cat? That's not what I'm looking for. But I don't want the life cycle. What's going on, Google?
While Carolyn is Googling that, I have moved on to my second beer, which is a 12 acres. Ooh, hazy IPA.
Oh, nice.
So different dolphins have different lifespans. A striped dolphin is 55 to 60 years. A short fin
Really?
pilot whale, I guess that's dolphin looking, 45 years, and a panotropic spotted dolphin is 40 years. So I guess
So
it depends on
Fungie
the dolphin.
is a bottlenose.
But a bottlenose is 30 to 50 years. So
So that's
pretty
right.
all right.
Ooh, can you see that?
Yeah.
It is a hazy IPA, 12 acres. So 12 acres are one of the few breweries in Ireland that grow their own barley. And it is a delicious hazy IPA. And it smells lovely and it tastes lovely. And you can get it in Lidl for under €3 a can. So there you go. Can't go wrong.
I've never seen that in my Lidl, but my Lidl never seems to have anything good. I've never seen that one.
Really? I got this one in Lidl, so in Lucan. So it's in some of them. We have to get on to distribution people.
I know.
In Lidl. What else are you doing? So, Joanne, let's go to you.
I have a Hope Nitro. I decided to try the other Nitro. So this is good, actually. Like we do.
Nice.
Good stout. Nice coffee, chocolatey, everything you want.
In a nice stout.
And again, the guy recommended this Boulevard Irish Red Ale. It's pretty good.
Nice.
So,
and I suppose, ironically, you don't get all that many red ales in Ireland, in the craft scene anyway.
True.
Would you?
There are a few. They have a nitro red. They have a normal red and a nitro red, I think.
Doesn't Sullivan's do a red?
Yeah, Sullivan's does.
So.
I'm making that up.
No, I think they do.
Does Yellow Belly have one? So the red noir, is that a red ale?
They have their Christmas, their seasonal one was red, wasn't it? The Hope. Oh no, sorry, that's Hope.
I wonder why more of them don't do.
Like they don't have it
red.
as part of their standard range, I suppose.
Yeah.
But you do get some who do kind of the occasional ones.
Yeah,
but I'm wondering why it's not standard. Maybe people don't drink it enough. I don't know. I'm just curious.
I feel like I have seen more around, but I just can't. If anybody thinks of any, feel free to pop.
I know Lockgill, I think, have a nice red ale. And I'm trying to think. Is Hurler red ale from Four Seasons? From Four Provinces?
I think so.
Or is it
I
an
just
amber
don't drink
IPA?
it. I don't drink it that often, so I don't.
There we
this
go.
one's pretty good.
What are you drinking, Sarah?
I actually have the same as Joanne. It's the O'Hara's, well, the one you had before. New Irish stout, the nitro. The one with the widgets. It has a widget, unlike Guinness now. I'm going to open it. We'll see what it sounds like.
Ooh. We're looking for a reaction now.
Yeah.
I'm just pouring it, so.
We're patiently waiting.
I'm putting it in my nice 5 lamps glass that I showed
There you
off
go.
earlier to Katie.
I almost bought a Guinness glass, and then my friend texted me and said that they were doing engraved Guinness glasses somewhere in
Ooh.
Austin. She almost bought me one,
Oh
but
shit!
she was
Sorry.
too late.
Ooh, I love these phrases.
Love it.
Oh yeah, I definitely poached this glass from a pub.
I'll meet
But-
you under Cleary's clock. I used to meet people under Cleary's clock before the mobile phone became a thing. Definitely.
Where is that?
So
It's
for
on
anybody,
O'Connell Street.
Okay.
when if you can't, like, if you're not watching this and you're just listening, this is a pint glass from Five Lamps that I stole from a pub, because we all do that. But it's filled with, I love it because it's filled with classic Dubliner phrases like Coolaboola, the floozy and the jacuzzi, which is a nickname for a statue.
Anna Olivia is the name of the person in that statue.
Oh,
It
yeah.
used to be on O'Connell Street, and then it got moved to down the Quays near Houston Station. I think.
Yeah, I just read about that actually
Okay.
recently. How ya me old flower scoops,
How ya me old
which is what you
flower.
called scoops or pints.
Yeah, we're going for a few scoops.
What's the story?
What's the story?
Story.
Our storyboard.
Story.
Sorry.
The Stovies. A1 Sharon. Be grand. Get out of that garden. What does that mean?
Get
Get
out
out
of
of
that. Feck off. Kind of.
A1
only-
Sharon is a reference to
A1.
the snapper.
Oh, does it say
Oh, yeah.
A1 Sharon on it?
Yeah.
A1
Sorry.
Sharon.
Wait,
A1
wait.
Sharon.
So please explain this for people that are not
Snapper
Irish.
It was a book written by Roddy Doyle,
Roddy Doyle.
who was
Okay.
a secondary school teacher in Baldoyle. Isn't that where you're living, Sarah?
Really?
Yeah.
He was a teacher here?
Yeah,
Huh.
English
I didn't know
teacher.
that.
They're based in Baldoyle, most of the
I
books,
am.
actually.
Next
Yeah.
to Hope, where your beer's from.
Yeah, it's all connected.
I know. Oh my god.
And he wrote books. So he wrote, his first one was The Commitments. Was
Yeah.
that Roddy Doyle?
Commitments
Yeah.
was a yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's called the Barrystown Trilogy. So it's Commitments, The Snapper, and The Van. And The Snapper, I think, is the funniest
It is.
movie
Yeah.
about a teenager getting pregnant and the relationship, I think, between her and her dad. And it's all love. Colin Meaney.
Meanie.
Really?
I love Colin Meaney
Alright.
so much. And not just because I'm a Trekkie, like a big nerd, but he is a fantastic actor.
Yeah. Long and prosper.
All right, what's
I'm
this
trying
movie
to-
called so I can find it?
The Snapper.
Okay, I'm
Oh, have
writing
you not
this
seen
down
it?
right.
Have you not?
No,
Oh, you
I
have
also
to-
haven't
have to
seen-
watch it.
You would love it, Carolyn.
I also
You
haven't
would-
seen Father Ted either. So yeah, that's on my list of things to watch.
So I ordered this T-shirt.
Shnakey
I love
Pints.
it.
Shnakey Pints. But while you were saying Father Ted, I have twin nephews who just turned 1, and I got them 2 T-shirts. And one of them says, "Careful now," and the other one says, "Down with that kind of thing."
Ah, that's cute.
So they're going to be 2 little 1.5-year-old twins by the time I see them running around in these T-shirts. It'll be so
Aw.
cute.
So cute.
It's like thing 1 and thing 2, but careful now, down with this sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so cute. Yeah, the Snapper is so funny. I really think it's very accurate to what I feel like Dublin life is, or like what it is to hear Dublin people talking sometimes. I don't know. The accents
And
are
it was
great.
set in the 90s, right? Around Italia 90,
Yeah.
the World Cup, where Ireland got to the quarter-final.
It's so exciting.
And then we lost to Italy. God damn it. Toto Scalacci, he became like a hate bigger in Irish society. And then, wasn't he drafted into a Beamish ad or something like that? Or a Murphy's ad?
Oh, he might have been. actually.
See, this is when I need to tag, like, phone a friend and ask the resident Irish sportsman who knows
Phone a friend.
everything about Italian
Phone a friend.
90. He would know.
Yeah.
He's not into it.
But that,
He's like, not today. Not today.
Not today.
not today. I think the most hated sportsman, Toto was
Thie-
usurped by Thierry Henry.
Thierry Henry.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
it called the Hand of God?
Yeah.
I keep looking and he just doesn't want to speak. But it's like
it's
the Hand of
Come
God,
on,
right?
The hand of God was someone else.
Just go throw your Roscommon jersey on and you can come in. But the Snapper was good, and then Commitments. If you haven't seen the Commitments, I think that's a classic Irish. You have to watch.
All right, the Commitments.
That one's good.
What there was this movie that was didn't watch it yet. It was like Dublin Old School, and my husband was like, it's awful, but he's like, but it's kind of fun to watch because like there's a bunch of Dublin places in it, and so he's like, you probably enjoy it for like the scenery, but not for the story. I was like, okay, it's like it was on Netflix. I don't know if it is
once
anymore.
What's it called? Dublin Old School?
It's called Dublin Old School.
Oh,
it's like a bunch of.
I haven't
it's like a
seen
bunch of lads. I don't know.
Oh, I think I have seen that one, and it was kind of whatever.
Yeah, he said it was whatever, but it was kind of fun to just see like places that you've been.
Yeah, no, once was like that for me. Like when I had done a
still have not
here.
Seen that. No, I have to watch
it was a good one. It
I
like
know.
came at the right time for me.
I have a lot of Irish movies that I have to watch.
The Field. What else? The Quiet Man.
Intermission.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
I've been to where The Quiet Man was filmed. Don't ask how we got there. Actually, it's not a long story, but my parents were visiting, and we wanted to do the Aran Islands, but we didn't have time for the Aran Islands. So this girl was like, "Oh, there's this thing called Ashford Castle, and they like do a tour around some island where I'm gonna forget some Christian person was. I forget the island. I'd have to look it up. There's some island, and he built like a church and everything, and his
St. Patrick.
One of the Skelligs.
No, it's near Ashford Castle. It's like on that lake. There's like a lake, and then there's a little island.
There's so many saints. It's like you threw
I can't remember them
Anyways, long story short, that's how we got to where The Quiet Man was filmed. And there's like a statue and everything.
Some of the scenes in Ryan's Daughter were filmed like about a mile down the road from where
has anybody seen the new Janie Dornan movie?
No.
Anybody?
No,
I haven't watched it yet.
I don't want to. The accent is just going to wreck my head, you know? What is it? Wild Time Mountain or?
Yeah, Wild Time
Mountain Time?
Mountain Time, whatever.
The other day I actually put on, is on Netflix here, it's not P.S. I Love You, it's Leap Year. The one, because I really like Amy Adams, and I've seen this movie before, and I knew it was bad, but I was like, I'm just going to watch it. Every time I watch it, I'm just like, this is not.
It makes no sense.
How do you get from here to here to here?
Yes. So your plane gets diverted to Wales, and you end up on a boat in Kerry. It's like, it makes no sense.
I know. But it said you're in Dingle, but then you're in Kerry, and then we're at the Cliffs of Moher. And why does it take you this freaking long to get to Dublin? It's not that hard. Get a bus.
It is very unbelievable.
And I hate when they don't
have to watch that.
I hate when they don't hire an Irish actor or actress to do somebody with an Irish accent. It's like, why did you have to get somebody?
Wait, but isn't that guy Irish? The guy in the movie?
He's English. I think he's English. No,
I'm pretty sure he's Irish.
Oh,
I'm
crap.
like 100% sure he's Irish because they've like talked about. I've read articles about him. Now I have to look this up. I'm pretty sure he's Irish.
English. Thank you, Wikipedia.
Oh damn!
From Devon.
Irish.
Still cute.
Where would we be without Wikipedia? People used to argue about stuff in the pub for hours before Wikipedia. It was so much fun.
Do you remember how to say
ha?
No, it's not Matthew Good.
Reports?
Yeah. No, it's not Matthew Good. It's the then what's that other movie with the Irish guy? He's in Bridesmaids.
Chris O'Dowd.
That's who I was thinking of.
He's a rock common man.
And he's from Boyle, which is right next to where my husband's from. And I'm waiting for the day that I can be in a random pub in Boyle or somewhere and be like, Chris O'Dowd, I love you.
He was in some other American movie. That's why I got him mixed up.
He is so good in the IT crowd.
Yes.
I love the IT crowd.
Never. All right, I have a list of things that I'm just writing down.
What's Richard Iowati is in that as well. They're so good.
He is. He's hilarious.
And my kids think it's hilarious because he's an apple and onion, which is that a Nickelodeon show or a Cartoon Network show?
I've never heard of it. I am
I
like we were talking about Blue's Clues last night. Like I'm
I know Blue's Clues.
like
He's a
we
blue
were talking about the
cartoon
Goofy
dog.
movie. So there's this trend going on. What is the like most famous fictional band that you're never gonna see? And somebody said the Goofy movie. The Powerline dude, the guy who sings in the Goofy movie. I don't know his songs. There's only like 2 songs, and they're like great.
I used to, if I was ever wanted to see a fictional band, it would be the band that Jordan Catalano was in My So-Called Life. What were they called? I can't remember. And they sang 20, 24 hours. I want to be sedated. Remember? Cut that out, please. Someone. You don't need
Yeah,
me singing.
I'm just gonna cut this whole tangent on fictional movies out. We'll just cut the whole thing. All right, back to our regular scheduled programming.
It's all about the tangents. We like the tangents.
So, phrases that the Irish use. How about that?
Yes.
That confuse you. How about now, Sarah and Carolyn, if I said to you, look at your man, what would you say?
I was so confused. I was like, my man, I don't have a boyfriend. What? Like, what does that mean?
It
The
just
first
means
time I
that-
heard it.
That guy over there. You're
Yeah,
one.
I know, but right. But like when you first hear it, you're like, what? What man?
It's true.
Who's
I
man?
think I've been here too long that sometimes I hear things that it's second nature to me now. Like I'm kind of
Yeah.
like I'm not confused and I don't remember
Yeah.
what
Um,
I know people are
trying to
confused
think.
sometimes when you go into a pub and like you go up to the bar and you want to order a pint and the barman will say like, "Are you all right?" or something like it's
yeah. Are
and you're like, "Yes,
you
I'm
okay?
fine." Yeah.
You okay? That threw. I was like, yeah. Like, is something wrong with me that
They
I
just
don't
want to know what your
about?
order is.
Yeah. What else?
How about the press?
It's just a cupboard. Like
It's a cupboard.
I've never heard that.
When I
something
lived in the UK, there were students working with me, and I asked them to get me something. I said, "Would you go down there to the sluice and grab me something from the press?" They didn't. They went off to look for in the sluice, but they didn't know what the press was. But they didn't want to ask, so they came back about 10 minutes later, looking confused, not knowing that I'm in a cupboard.
Let's see what else. Oh, what's the crack? I mean, that one was kind of. I knew that ahead of time because somebody was like, "They're not asking for the other thing; they're asking you." Is
I
it
know.
fun?
When I was working in the States and I said to someone, "Oh yeah, I'll meet you at 1:30."
Oh
That's
yeah,
confusing.
quarter past, half past, but like you're like quarter past or what's the other one?
half two, like half one or
Quarter
half two.
to.
That would confuse me because you would just say like 1:30 or 2:30 or whatever. You would say the time in the United States, I think. But then I learned German, and if I'm remembering this right, German, when you say halb eins, that means 12:30?
Yeah, that's
half
correct.
to 1. So that confused me, and it was really hard for me to like get over that like hump when I was learning German and being there. And then being in Ireland and having a lot of Irish and a lot of English friends as well. And then saying 1:30, you're like, wait, is it 12:30 or 1:30?
It's 1:30.
Yeah. You're just like, oh shit. Can we just like write down the time, please?
Yeah. The Jacks. I mean, that one you can kind of figure out, but like the Jacks is one that like we don't use. Or like
the
I told my
bog.
friends, I was like, oh, so and so. My friends in America was like, oh, so and so was so pissed, and they were like, what? They what? And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, sorry. Like,
Yeah.
let me rephrase that. Oh, I had an argument with my Irish coworkers on a vest. What is a vest? And like our definition of a
So
vest.
a vest is a tank top, I think.
Right.
And
that's not our definition of a vest. Our vest like
is
a
a
vest
waistcoat.
is like yeah.
So
like
in Ireland,
a sweater
it's
vest.
it's a waistcoat,
Yeah.
I suppose. And yeah. Whereas in Ireland, it's the thing that you wear under your clothes, or it's a really
Yeah.
like, no sleeves.
We had We had a long 30-minute conversation about the definition of
a
it's great.
vest.
I think
We
there's actually
did.
like quite a lot of intricacies to saying that you're grand.
Yes.
I think it depends on the tone of which
Yeah,
someone says it and the context. You can tell if somebody's actually grand or they're grand. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of different ways. That one is very subtle. I think you kind of just have to pick up the context clues.
Oh, it ranges from I'm not doing so well to I'm having a great day
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
everything in between.
Yeah.
And I also feel like going out is different in Ireland than it is in the States. And like this is I don't know, like in the States you just like go to your bars, you dance, whatever. But like in Ireland, it's literally like I don't know, it's you go out, you meet people, you hang out, you're best friends with them for a night, you go to all these different pubs, and then you just go on your merry way. Like, I don't know. I've had that experience plenty of times at 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, where are we?
We've all
Yeah.
done that here. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very easy to be like, oh, I'll just go for one. Just the
No.
one. Oh, one more. One more. Sure, it won't hurt.
Sure, why
And then
not?
you're
You
like,
end up-
last call, and you're like, oh my god.
Where am I? I'm in Coppers? Let's call it Coppers. That means it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
that means
Never
I need to
again.
go out.
Oh, and Irish on the phone. Bye 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 bye
Bye
bye
bye bye
Yes.
bye
bye bye
No,
bye
no,
bye.
it's the word. Like, it more annoys me more. I'm like, bye 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 bye. What's that video? There's
The
like a
inhale.
fantastic the YouTube video of like, you're Irishman or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's like,
the
see your man
Republic-
over there with the hat, dick.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's Republic of Telly sketch, I
Yeah,
think.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, sure,
Well-
look it. Sure, look it. That's another one.
Sure, look
That,
at
like,
Ah, sure.
It's
Look
not
it.
it.
don't.
Your
Yeah.
man with
Yeah.
the head, dick. Sure, look it.
Donkey ears. Donkey ears. That's another one.
Oh, I haven't
Donkey-
seen him now in
donkey
donkey's
ear-
years.
Oh,
Yeah.
donkey's ears. Yes. I thought you
Donkey's
said
ears.
donkey ears.
I will ya. I will ya.
I will.
That means
What
I
does that
won't.
mean?
That means I feckin' won't.
I will definitely not.
I will in my bleeding hole.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
There's a four
Yeah.
arms and hog sketch that does, which I think is hilarious, and it's somebody teaching a load of students, like foreign students, all the lingo. And I love, and there's one, just some guy trying to say, I will in my bleeding hole. Very funny. Look it up.
We'll have to link
Yeah,
it.
I'll have to
They're
look it up.
good.
We're going to
Yeah,
have to link their
so-
YouTube channel.
This list says a bag of potato. Like, it's,
Yeah,
like,
well,
it's-
every bag
we
of
know what
crisps
that is.
is a bag of potato, though.
So
Some
same
peop-
like
to some people.
okay, so in
It's-
like America, if I say I want
In this-
a Coke,
Yeah.
like I don't mean Coca-Cola. I could
Yeah.
mean like I want a
Sprite.
soda.
Yeah, it's a southern
Yeah.
thing as well. You just say,
True.
I'll have a Coke, and it doesn't mean Coca-Cola. It could mean Diet Coke. It could mean Pepsi even. It's
Yeah.
just like a thing. But although the big debate is potatoes versus kings or lions versus berries.
Yeah.
I would kill for some
Where do you
potatoes
fall?
right now. All right, where does everybody
See,
fall?
I've got some.
We
yeah,
can
but
send
I
you
don't
a
have
care
them
package.
here.
We can send you a care package.
Yeah, I need to send y'all a care package, and you send me a care package.
But you're just in
I'll
you're
send
just
you-
like 2 blocks away, Carolyn. I could just walk over to Keo's.
There you go. Exactly. I forgot about that. I technically am there. I'm spiritually in Ireland right now, guys.
Whenever you've got a beer in your hand, you're spiritually in Ireland.
There you go. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else y'all say that like threw me off. I actually had a book of Irish sayings that my friend sent me, and first day I was there, we were already talking about some stuff, and so I brought it in. I don't know if I can say this on here, but
Oh, you can. Yeah.
well, I don't know. Okay,
Say it,
so,
say it, and we'll edit it out if it's bad.
Yeah, no. I'm not. We'll talk.
Well, because we
we'll
have
do it
a
after.
parental advisory on this, don't we?
Do
So, yeah, we do. Yeah.
well. So they were like, so I had this book, and they were like, I bet you gee bag is not in that book, and I was like, what? It was. I'm just gonna say that it was in that book.
Gee bag isn't that bad. It's okay.
Well,
What does gee bag mean again? I know it's not nice.
Well, gee is a word for
Vagina.
Vagina.
Yeah.
so yeah, it was in the book.
Insult, yeah.
But
Do you
then
know
again,
what
it's
my-
funny.
Do you
So
know what my
it's funny.
favorite insult is? And it's my favorite because it's ridiculous. I love calling somebody a wagon. I love it. You are like, she's such a wagon. It doesn't make any sense.
And it's only women. Men can't be wagons.
Oh, I call them wagons.
Oh, do you?
I do because I think it's ridiculous. It's just how did this become an insult? Like, you're such a useful mode of transport to carry things around in.
Oh my god.
It's
so great.
dumb.
It's so great though. I'm gonna start using that. People are gonna look at me like, what's wrong with you?
Carolyn, every time I go home, I catch myself not only swearing way too much. Like when I'm around my extended family, like my grandma and my aunt who are super Catholic, I'm just like, fuck's sake. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh,
Yeah.
But then
Especially
and then saying stuff
ahead.
that is like Irish
Yeah.
words or terms or things that you just say all the time. I don't think about it anymore. It's just second nature. And now I'm like, I don't want to be that person that is like, oh, look at her. She's so cosmopolitan. She lives abroad. And I'm like, no, I can't not say it.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll let things slip and I'm like, oh, people probably think like I'm like a poser or something. But I'm not, because I did live there and like
I used to
these
say
words I
instead
heard
of
all the
saying-
time.
I used to say feck because, it's not as bad as the F word, right?
Right.
But when I was living in Arizona, and the guys were like, feck. They were looking at me because they thought that was a really bad swear. And I said, no, that's the polite way to say fuck,
I always thought it was
Means
just
to
fuck with
see.
an accent.
No, feck is its own word, right?
It's a polite way to say it.
Yeah.
Is what I was told.
Yeah. I agree with whoever told you that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's implied, but you're not saying it. Like, yeah.
It's not
as
as
in your face.
which means
Yeah.
it's not a curse word.
It's just funny how much swearing is prevalent. And when even now, sometimes I hear little kids swear here, and I'm just like, if I did that at home, my mouth would have been washed out with soap. Yep. Oh my God. Like and I can't, like if I were to swear in the grocery store at home, like, oh, for fuck's sake, I can't find this or whatever. People, like strangers would be like, watch your mouth. Like, that's just the way it is. And I'm like, I really have to be careful.
Yeah, it's considered in the older generations here, it's considered like not ladylike to curse.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, no.
I think it's more of an art form here, The better you can swear, the more artistic, more creative you are.
I mean, I cuss all the time. And going from the US where I couldn't really cuss at work to going to Ireland where they don't care. I was just like, oh, these are my people. Like, this is great. I pretty much not use whatever curse word, but pretty much say shit and nobody looks at me like I'm like the world's ending.
I know.
Yeah.
When I lived in the UK, one of my housemates didn't like cursing, so I made an effort not to curse. She didn't tell me not to, but she just didn't like it so much, so I made an effort not to. And then I come home here, and I was, like, my sister's a guard, and the filth that comes out of her mouth, like, I was shocked when I first started coming back, and just the filth that was coming out of her was, but I'm used to it again now, I'm back to as bad as I was, but it was a bit of it took a while to get used to it again.
So we have come to the end of our episode. Thank you all, ladies, Sarah, Carolyn, and Joanne, for spending time with us. As you can find the Beer Ladies podcast on social media. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So we're the Beer Ladies Pod on Twitter, and we're the Beer Ladies Podcast on Instagram and Facebook. So we will see you next week. And until then, cheers. Enjoy Paddy's Day. And we didn't get a chance to mention Pie Day.
Oh yeah.
That's a whole other episode though, right?
I know. Next year we'll be ready for pie and beer pairings for Pie Day.
For Pie Day. Okay.
Well, and how do we cheers in Irish, guys?
Oh, yeah.
Sláinte.
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 Guys, I found a shirt, by the way. I'm very excited. It says,
did
it's
you?
Paddy. It's Paddy, not Patty. You eat it, yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, Egypt, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it.
You should definitely get that.